All right, Lainey here. Another video for you. So thank you for joining, and let's get straight into it. So Lainey of Proactive Transformation, wanted to talk to you today about the fact that 4 days ago I had these 2 teeth removed. So 2 of the wisdom teeth removed. Reason being is that this one down below was starting to get decayed, which was annoying. I had been, being authentic and honest, I had been procrastinating for about probably a year to get it done. Reason for that, there was no pain. Like, I was fine, no problem at all. So anyway, I'm actually very blessed with my teeth. I have no fillings whatsoever. Every 6 months, I do go to the dentist with my kids, and we get a scale and polish twice a year. So, which of course is what the recommendation is. So, so I used to work in dentistry. I have worked across medical industry here, there, and everywhere, including psychology. And in the dentistry industry, you need to be on top of it. Obviously, if you have good oral hygiene, then you will have good overall health. So anyway, after a little bit of procrastinating, I finally bit the bullet, as they say, and went and got these 2 out 4 days ago. So, being I've got no fillings, I've never really had procedures done on my teeth, except for the fact I think I was around 8-year-old, and I had 2 teeth under here removed, so that these teeth can all work nicely. So, which they did. So I'm very blessed. I did not need braces at all, because my mother took the initiative and went to the dentist and got the 2 removed. So throughout my life, I'm 54 years old now. Throughout my life, I've been really blessed with the dentist. So we make the appointment to go to the dentist, just me. And of course, I'm scared, right? So let me walk you through how to prepare yourself for the dentist, and keep in mind that this relates to all fear that you have. So some techniques that I did, and I'll tell you the story, but by the end of the appointment, I was absolutely so proud of me. The dentist was blown away with me, and it was just a fantastic experience. So, okay, so what I did, I booked it, and then the appointment, was coming up in like 3 weeks, something like that. And then, as it turns out, I went home, checked my diary again over the next couple of days, and lo and behold, I did double book myself. So I could either not do this other thing, which, believe it or not, is the Tony Robbins UPW, Unleash Your Power thing, which I've actually got coming up next week or so. So I actually had to cancel the appointment for the dentist, of course, because I, love to see Tony Robbins. So cancelled the appointment and rebooked it. For just looking at my calendar here, as you know now, guys, I have another monitor here. So it was booked at midday on Tuesday, 17th of February. Anyway, so I rebooked it. Then I was actually feeling really good, because I had an underlying fear, but because I have done so much personal development work, and it's in my business, and it's what I do every single day, all day, connecting with soul and connecting to the heart within, etc. I didn't really have a great deal of fear, and I was really proud of myself. So anyway, as the days were coming closer, especially the day of, the day before, I was getting quite nervous, but then the day of, especially 1 hour before the appointment, I was really starting to, not panic, but get to that point, where you're quite fearful and stuff. So this is the lessons that I want to be able to teach you. So when you're scared of something, you basically want to say to yourself, like, you need to get back into the present moment, okay? So that appointment was 1 hour away. It was in the future. Now, keep in mind, some people will relate to this, some people won't, and that's fine, but the future never happens, okay? If you focus your life that you are living in this moment, you're living in the now. So hence for me now, I am currently holding my hands together. The fan is going above me. I'm in my front bedroom of my home and I'm recording a live stream on YouTube. That is, and I'm sitting in a chair. That is what's happening right in the now. So if you focus on being in the now, there's actually nothing to be scared of. So that's what I did. So I remember, walking around the house about an hour before the appointment and starting to stress out, because I am a human being and that's what happens. And I remember walking around my house and saying, Lainey, you're currently walking around the house. That's what you're doing now. And the fear just goes. It's gone. So this is like a tactic that you can use to really remove the fear. Because in the moment right now, there's nothing to be scared of. Nothing. Like what's happening to me right now in this moment? Nothing. What's happening to you right now in this moment? So if you focus on the now, the fear disappears. So the other thing I wanted to do was to say to you that to believe wholeheartedly that you are looked after. So if you're into like angel numbers like myself, I'm into numerology, I'm into all of these different techniques, angel guides, spirit, all that sort of thing. And they are always around. They are the angel numbers, like the triple number, 333, 444, 999, whatever. It's everywhere. Like it's just everywhere. So, so that was my other belief, is that just knowing that I am protected, like just knowing that that I will be safe in this situation. Allow other people to help me. Okay. So it's all about, how everyone's always about control and you've got to look after yourself and you've got to have control. Yeah. So if you just be in the present moment and accept that you are looked after, and that's by the spirit realm and such, you believe in that you are looked after, then all of this fear and all just sort of dissipates. It just sort of melts away. But the first trick, of course, which I should mention to you as well, is to be able to validate it. So it's like, yeah, I know that you're scared, Lainey. I know that. But in this very moment, you're sitting in my front room on a YouTube video. So there's actually nothing to be scared of. Does that sort of make sense? If any of you have questions or such, by all means, put it in the comments down below. I have had a couple of comments on different videos I've put up, which I'm deeply grateful for. But yeah, if you've got any comments, I'm more than happy to reply as to how I worked through all this. So anyway, so as time goes on, the hour is approaching and I'm doing quite well. I had to eat and drink beforehand. I actually went through a little moment where I felt sick to eat, but I'm like, Lainey, again, because like the thing is with personal development, it's moment by moment by moment. It's not like, people these days, like with the fire horse year now of 2026, people are talking about, you're awakening and you're awake now and everything's fantastic. Well, I'm awakened, but it's moment by moment by moment. So sometimes I'm not, sometimes I go back into the fear or whatever, and that's normal because I'm called a human being. So, but it's practice. Okay. Anyway, so I go to the dentist. As I'm driving to the dentist, I'm feeling pretty good. And I drive down there, and then lo and behold, the first car that approaches me, I look at the number plate, 777. So it's this thing of like these angel numbers, and it gives you this sensation and this feeling that there are guides around me, literally right now. They're probably in the seat next to me in the car as I'm driving. Like they're everywhere looking after you. Anyway. Now, there was two things that happened. I can't remember the other thing that happened at the minute. But anyway, so I go into the dentist, right, feeling quite good. I go in and he says to me, his name was Scott, Dr. Scott, and very good. He was excellent. And if anyone's interested to know this dentist, obviously put it in the comments as well, and I'll let you know who they were, the particular clinic. But anyway, I went in, and yeah, he walked me through everything, which was really good. He can obviously tell I was a little apprehensive. Walked me through everything. So to put it all in a nutshell, he basically put a like a swab or something in my mouth to use as a local, right? So that'll numb my area a little bit. And I go, oh, well, that's great. So therefore, I don't need the needle, because of course the needle is the biggest thing that people are afraid of. I've never had one ever, and not that I recall. Maybe when I was this 8-year-old. Anyway, and I love to talk, so just heads up. But anyway. So, yeah, so he gives me this swab, and then he goes, oh, no, like, you've still got to have the needles. This just prepares you for the needles. Oh, great. So anyway, from there, I had that. Then he said, the first needle, I'm probably going to give you about three or four. The first one is going to be the most irritating, if you like. Then he says to me, have you ever had a Mozzie bite? Well, who hasn't? And he said, well, it's a little bit like that. So, oh, okay. So anyway, he gives me the needle inside, and I was like, because remember, I'm in this different mindset now. I'm not so panicked like I would have been years ago, yeah, because I've done a lot of internal work. So I'm like, oh, like, yeah, it was uncomfortable. But I think I remember saying to him, oh, the pain was like a 1 out of 10. And I'm like, oh, is that it? Yeah, that's it. So anyway, and then he said, I'll give you a couple more, which he did. And he said, these ones won't be as bad, which they weren't. Anyway, the whole area down to about here, the whole area numb, even my lips, right? Weird feeling. Anyway, then he walked me through the whole thing. He said, look, I'm going to move the top one first. He tested to see that it was, that I couldn't feel it, of course, which is all good. He said, you might feel some pressure. Yep. I've had a cesarean before with childbirth with my son, Jackson. So I just thought, well, it'll be like that, no doubt. So I get that, because you can feel the pressure. Anyway, he moves the first one, the top one. Then he goes, right, so I'm going to remove the bottom one now, which was a bit decayed. It actually, after I had it clean, it had actually, some of it had broken off. And that's why I thought, no, I do need to get onto this. So that's why I did it. So, but no pain. So anyway, he removes the bottom one, right? So pop, it comes out. And he goes, it's out. Really? Like, I was of course I couldn't speak properly because of my numbness. Really? And he's like, yep, it's out. And I'm like, oh, wow. Now, being that I work in medical, I love it, right? So I said to him, oh, can I have a look? Like, I want to have a look. So he showed it to me, yada, yada. Then he goes, look, I'll give you a couple of minutes, get my breath, because, of course, I was apprehensive. And then he takes out the top one. Same. The whole thing probably took like 10 minutes. And the same, pop, and out it came. And he goes, done. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, the second one's just come out. And he said, yep. So they're both out. I remember saying that. So they're both gone. They're both out. And he's like, yep, all done. I was blown away. I had no pressure, no pain. My nervous system was regulated, because that's what they talk about a lot with like somatic healing, personal development work. Yeah. So spiritual, soul-led, intuition-led work, which I've done intensively for the last 5 years in particular. And no pressure, no pain. Amazing. If anything weird, it was like even weirdly enjoyable. Now, normally as a person in the past, I would have been, oh, going to the den, I've never been, like, oh, they're going to give me needles and it's going to be. Anyway, it was an amazing experience. So obviously I complimented him. I was very, very, very grateful for all that he had done. And yeah, a lot of you out there are terrified of a dentist. I respect that deeply. I really do. But when you work on your mind is so, so powerful in whatever direction you take it. So if you're thinking about all the negative stuff and all the horror and all the bad and all the, oh, this and that and fear and this is going to go wrong and that could happen and what if, if you can calm that down and bring it to this side, the mind, I'm safe in this moment. Angels, my loved ones are looking out for me and protecting me up in heaven, up wherever you believe, and down here, that you're protected. And when you focus on that mindset, world's your oyster. There's no fear. So after the appointment, I did feel a little bit woozy, going to stand up. So that was fine. I just sat down, obviously, for a little while and slowly, I was fine. Since then, this is day 4. Since then, I've had no swelling at all. What side is it? This side. How do I show you? So no swelling, no bruising, no nothing. I've been taking Panadol and I've been taking Nurofen. I am now weaning off. I was concerned about this dry socket that I was warned about, that if you do have a dry socket, it can go up to like an 8 or 9 out of 10 with the pain. And the dentist said the reason being is because if the blood clot gets dislodged and moved out, your bone is exposed, and that's why it becomes so painful. So I was very diligent with looking after my little teeth, and I think I passed the test, so being 4 days. So that's why I was thinking yesterday to put this video up, but I thought, look, I just want to wait until I get over this little hurdle and feeling much better and starting to eat foods that are, a bit harder. I'm predominantly still eating on the good side and slowly transitioning over. So, yeah, so I just wanted to put this up on a personal development mind frame, that the dentist for some people can be very scary. And again, I deeply respect that. But the trick to it all is your mind. So if you have been to the dentist in the past and you had, unfortunately, a negative experience at the dentist, that's obviously very unfortunate, but you can still shift your mindset. Because you've got to remember as well is that if you were to have a negative experience in the past, it's in the past. It's finished. It's gone forever. It's gone. Right? The past. So to have an abundant life and a freedom in life and joy and peace and such in life is to be in the now. So you can think about all the negative, positive of the past, but the past is gone. Okay? The future is never coming. So that's where they always talk about as well in personal development, that if there's anything that you do want to do, to action it now, because tomorrow never happens, which of course is procrastination, which I'm guilty of. Again, I'm human, but time to take action is now. Okay. So, and just communicate your needs. Obviously in the dentist, I did communicate that I was, apprehensive, not terrified, but apprehensive, and that he looked after me extremely well, and I looked after myself extremely well. So yeah, I just wanted to put this out there. I hope that it does help some people, and I'm just really proud, really proud of myself for coming through this. I thought that I would be worse, but I've come through it with such a positive mindset that it's like now day 4, I'm pretty much using my mouth normally, and I'm missing 2 teeth, and you wouldn't even know. So, yeah. So I just wanted to put this out there. I will be putting more videos out. I do reply to your messages and such. If you do want to leave some comments down below, I'd be very keen to hear your thoughts. I'd be keen to hear your experiences, with the dentist. I mean, I thought that I would just put this video up there because it's one of the biggest fears that humans have. And you can completely shift it all with the mind. So again, quick recap, and then I'm going to head off. Recap, focus on being in the now. So I'm in the house. The appointment is an hour away. I did this for a few days, obviously a week, but in particular, when my anxiety and everything really started to come up, was about an hour before the appointment. That's when it started to really peak. Again, well, not that again, but like the negative coming up again, because we're a human that, the emotions that we've got fluctuating all the time. So, and I'm walking around the house and I'm like, Lainey, you're safe. You're safe at this moment because you're currently walking down your hallway. You're not at the dentist. So there's no need to be scared because you're not even in their rooms. And that just brings you back to the now. Okay. Also validating it. So I'm massive on validating the ego. That was a trick that I learned quite some time ago now, that if you validate the ego, when fear and everything comes up, anxiety or whatever, and you acknowledge it, and it's like, oh, I'm feeling anxious, like I'm feeling really uptight, and acknowledge it, validate it, and then say, I'm safe in this moment, like right now, you'll be amazed at how fast it goes. Anyway, there's a few tips. Hope it helped, this video, and yeah, love to you all. I'll be coming on here more. I'm excited. I love being online, love being in front of a camera, not worried about it at all. And I just want to help people and, teach people how to wake up from their mind. Your mind is controlling you, and I'm all about how you can control your mind with compassion. So anyway, have yourselves a lovely day, and yeah, I'm grateful that you watched. Thank you. Take care. Bye.